You are listening to A Few Bro Dudes.
We the best.
That will make you laugh, cry, or both. The Vanilla Gorilla and Dropkick Mike try to be funny, but let's be honest. They need to try harder.
Yeah.
This is Double Barrel Doo-Doo Shooting.
What's up, Mike?
What's going on, Vanilla?
Not much, man. We got a cool guest in the studio.
Man, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, go ahead and introduce him.
No, you go ahead. You've known him longer. You've known him
It's kind
longer.
of a weird situation. Turn me down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's clipping. Yeah, so I've known... I call you Antoine.
Yeah, that's
Big
fine,
Samir.
man. Antoine Big Samir is still the same person.
Yeah, so way back in the day... turn me back up now. I'm there you go. So, yeah, way back in the day, like, what was it, 2002?
Yep.
Around back then. We worked at the group homes together.
That's right.
And you were one of the favorites.
Yeah.
The most calm people.
Yeah, and I think part of that is the fact that, both of us, we're not old to where the kids are disconnected, and
Right.
we're not so young that we're their peer. So that's why the kids can relate to us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, so we go back to those days.
Yeah, the shenanigans, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It's so weird, though. Like, if you would come back to the group home now,
Yeah, so different.
like, you wouldn't want to be there.
Oh, man.
It's hard, because back then it was fun. We used to have fun. And
No, I'm sure there's new rules, all kinds of stuff, huh?
the state rules. But, I mean, the caliber of kids we get now are a little more trying.
Oh, man.
So it's not now that...
It tests your patience.
Yeah, it's not that they sneak off during the weekend and go out to a concert or something like that with their friends.
Yeah.
It's they're doing other bad stuff.
Oh,
but
man.
Either way, yeah, he was like one of the favorites, man. And even still, like when I see some of the old boys,
Yeah.
Like, where's Antoine? What's he
Yeah.
doing?
Oh,
I think he's like, what is he in France this time? I don't know.
I can totally see why, though. I mean, yeah, I'm familiar with him and his wife, and is it your mom or is it
Mom.
Asia's
Yeah,
mom?
it's her mom, yeah.
So they live Asia's mom lives right across the street from you, and
right.
so your kids have been over to my house
Right,
multiple times
right.
playing on the trampoline out in the backyard with.
Matter of fact, I think
my
last
son
year
Lucian.
my daughter was in your son's class.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
handbells, too. She
Yeah,
did handbells.
yeah,
so
yeah.
the music is flowing down into the children.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with Lucian. And he was excited about you guys being
Nice.
on the show today.
Nice.
We're missing Asia.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
kind of bummed. But
we came back from Belgium. We were in Belgium last week. We came back and all three kids had the flu.
it's going around. It's
Out of
crazy.
permission. Yeah, so Asia's home with them right now. Hopefully we can get them back to 100%.
And we got to have you guys back when
let's do it.
when
Let's do
everything's
it. Yeah, we're
everything's
here.
good, because I would love to have you guys perform.
Yeah.
But you guys are going to
We're going to New York.
NYC.
Yep, we're leaving in a couple days. We have a show at Brooklyn Bowl, and we perform in New York quite a bit because Asia and Reese and all of them, they're from there. So we go back and forth to New York a couple times a year. We're excited to play this show. Just, anybody could be there when you're in New York. Anybody could just come into the show. So we're really excited to play this.
Yeah, I'm
this
sure,
year.
man.
Yeah.
That's
she's
crazy.
from Queens, right?
From Queens, yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're from
I'm
Brussels.
from Brussels, yeah. So, I just went home last week, and then now she's going home. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I get jealous. I was looking at the pictures, and they're, they're out there and
Hanging out,
like, just taking all these
nice
pictures.
architecture
Come
in the
on.
background.
And you still have a lot of family out there.
I do, yeah. So, matter of fact, when we went to Belgium, it was for International Women's Day last
Okay.
week.
Yeah.
So they invited Asia, and so we just both went out there. She played a show, and then all the girls that were at the show went into the studio the next day, and then then we're just out there networking, doing radio stuff, podcasts.
So it was like a concert with other artists, and then you guys all collaborated, and
Yep.
she did a song. Who else was there?
There was a MC from Amsterdam named MC Melody. There was a couple dancers from New York. Amira, who's a break dancer who was in Brother Ali's video.
Nice.
She's from Chicago. There's a lot of ladies, man, just really representing and
Awesome.
showing the strength of women. So it was a great event.
Now that was a live show, or was it recorded?
It was a live, but then they also filmed it. I think they're gonna put out like a mini documentary about it.
Do you know where it's going to be?
Probably about a month or so. We'll probably share it as soon as we get it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
On Facebook.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have a reminders page on
We
Facebook?
do, yeah. We're the reminders on all social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, just at the Reminders.
If you guys haven't heard them, it's funny because I interacted with them through Lucian's school and across the street and everything. And I never got to check out your music.
Right.
And I love all kinds of music. I mean, I'm a Fishbone fan. I know you guys have played with them before.
Yep.
And I got to start listening to you guys yesterday, and I haven't stopped. I just had the phone plugged into the truck on the way over and was listening to it. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
And what I love about it is the positive message, the positive vibe that comes out of it.
Yep.
And even in the videos and watching you guys do interviews and stuff like that, your smiles are contagious, man. You can't help but smile when you look at the two of them. But yeah, man, awesome.
Thank you.
Glad to have that in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, we've both been performing and creating for years. And even as the Reminders, we've been a couple for 12 years. It was just our anniversary. But as a group,
anniversary.
Thank you. As a group, it's been like 10, 11 years of just performing and creating, and you figure out what's the best thing that works for you. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to try to be tough. I'm not going to try to be a tough guy. I'm not going to try to be mean and rude to people if that's not my energy. You know what I mean? So I just really reflect my energy into the music. Same with Asia, and it works out.
And you guys, did you guys work together before you got romantic, or
a little bit? Let me see. We met here in Colorado Springs, 1998. We moved here, and it's a small town. Just like we've all known each other just from being here in this town, and so we had the same circle of friends. Eventually, we became friends, and we did one song together just when we were friends. And she went back and forth to college in Florida, and when she finally moved back, we were just hanging out every day, And eventually, man and woman energy, hanging out every day, it grew into a romantic thing. You know what I mean? And then there it was. Then we became a couple, moved in together, got married. And at the time, I came from a different group called Acumen, and I was working on a solo project. And Asia being in the house, as I'm working on a song, I'm like, hey, can you do a hook for this? Hey, can you do this? And before you know it, we had 10 songs together.
Yeah.
It was never a planned thing like we're going to be this husband and wife that's got a good group.
No, but it seems really easy for you guys.
Right, right.
Listening to it, you guys, you work off each other so
back
well.
And forth, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of groups out there that are just not that way.
Yeah. Chemistry musically and just personally. I mean, you can see it between the two.
Yeah,
of you.
I mean, and that's the chemistry that happens between us, even when we in the conversation. You know what I mean? Or if we're telling the story and somebody's coming over, they always laugh at the way we tell the story, and I think that goes into our music as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you want to do a little snippet for people who haven't heard from them, or?
Yeah, I'll get that going. I just say. My son yesterday, he listens to all this, the Fetty rap and all that.
Yeah.
Just crap, man. Yeah. And so I roll up and I'm picking him up from school, and I had it blasting. Yeah. And I like embarrassing my kids no matter what. So anyway, I got it blasting, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "You got to listen." And he's listening. He was like already in a bad mood for some reason. And then we get halfway through the song. I can't remember which one it was. But anyway. So just hitting it hard.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, this is the group that's going to be on the show tomorrow that I've known for a long time. And he goes, "Really? You know them?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He's like, "I like this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Are they on SoundCloud?" I was like, "Yeah, man, they're on SoundCloud. They're on all this stuff. Look them up."
Yeah.
He starts looking them up, and he's got his headphones in, and he's like, Can I download this?"
Yeah, I think that's the thing about it. Not to cut you off, but a lot of times people who are not familiar, by the time they hear it, they're like, "Wait a minute, you guys are from here?" Like, you know what I mean? Because people expect a certain type of music if it's local or if something that's not on TV or on the radio. They're expecting it not to be as good as what's out there. But then when you hear the quality and the content and it's actually good, then people are like, "Wait a minute."
And the crazy thing is that locally there is a lot of talent.
There's a lot of talent, man. From Springs to Denver, we have a lot of talent here.
Yeah, I mean, in every genre of music, blues and everything, and you don't get recognized a lot of times being from a little town like this unless you go, out to one of the coasts or whatever.
And that's been the topic. That's been the conversation for a long time. People always tell us, "Well, how come you guys haven't blown up, or how come you don't move to this place and that place?" I think Colorado has we have everything we need. We may not have record labels. We may not have, all these magazines and all that here, but we have the support of the people.
Right.
And I think that's very important. That's one thing that we do have. I mean, if you look at tours always come through Colorado. There's no tours that's not going to come through.
Denver's a major city.
Yeah. You have to stop there. And when you stop there, your show is going to sell out, and people just always love the love that comes from here. And I think at first it was tough for local people to get recognized and get that love, but we're slowly starting to get that support.
Well, and you deserve it. I mean, there's certain people that, like, I was in a band for a while back, and we got to open up for a couple of national acts that came through, but we weren't nearly as talented as you guys are. So to have the talent that these guys have coming out of Colorado is awesome. I mean, that's just amazing. And the venues that are here, I mean, Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Red Rocks is amazing. That's one of the only venues we haven't played yet.
Oh, you haven't got to play it yet?
Not yet.
You will.
Wow.
We're working on it. Yeah,
You will. Yeah, for sure.
I give it a year.
Because you've played with some major names. Like Sting and Fishbone.
Well, we didn't play with Sting. We just went to Sting. I surprised Asia.
Okay.
Okay. I wish we played with Sting, but we played with Snoop. Was probably one of the biggest names. We just went on tour with a group called Thievery Corporation. A lot of people are not familiar with them, but they've been around for 20 years. And it's 2 DJs, and then they have 2 reggae guys, 2 singers. And I mean, we toured with them in December, and we were playing like the House of Blues in Boston.
Oh, wow.
We were playing the Fillmore in Philadelphia, like big size venue. We played in Atlanta. So that was really big for us. I'm trying to think of who else we went on tour with Lauryn Hill 2 years ago.
Oh, that's amazing.
And that was pretty big for us. Just really doing it step by step,
How long has it been since you guys were able to say, okay, this is what we're going to do?
2012, we went on tour with Brother Ali. And when we came back from that tour, and this is at the time I was working at the group home, and my schedule was so flexible. We always worked it out. Okay, either people cover shifts, or I'll be back here and there. And by the time we came back from that tour, everything started picking up. You started getting more and more gigs. You start traveling a lot more, and so we made a conscious decision. I said, well, you know what? If this is how much I'm making at work, if I can supplement that with gigs and selling CDs a month, then let's just focus and put our energy 100% towards this. And so this was December 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, and I haven't worked a 9 to 5 since, but we've been working a lot harder with music.
It is hard.
It's tough, and there's good months, and there's months where you're looking at each other like, okay, what are we doing now? But
especially,
but you keep going.
You keep going, yeah. I mean, and that's the key, because if you stop, then you give up. You know what I mean?
Now you guys are very family oriented,
yeah,
and you've got kids. How hard is it to? I know sometimes you've got to leave the kids with grandma, and go on tour. How hard is that?
So, well, number one is you got to salute the support system, because you can't do it without an incredible support system. That means grandma, grandpa, uncles, aunties. Asia's siblings are here. My siblings moved from here, but my parents are here, and her parents are here. But her parents play a major role in just being in a safe, loving environment when we're gone. You know what I mean? Like, so the kids don't feel bad. They're like, okay, well, we're with our grandparents for a week, And sometimes when we come back, like we just came back from Belgium, we were gone for a week, we're here for a week, and then we're leaving for New York, we just take them with us.
Nice. Yeah. So if it's in the States, you get to take them with you.
Sometimes we just take them with us. And not only that, but Asia's grandparents are in New York. Well, her grandmother is in New York, and so we just visit her. It's the kids' spring break.
Man, what a life!
Yeah,
the kids.
They love it. They love every second of it.
And they're happy.
Oh yeah,
all the time, every time, man.
Yeah.
One of the things they said in one of the videos is like, if you haven't seen this video, you don't know nothing. But now you know.
Oh, the kids, yeah. I love how you interject the kids into the songs and the videos and everything. No, one of my favorite things every spring or summer is the kids will be at grandma's out in the driveway, and they're always dancing, or there's always music, and it's. I mean, you guys are doing it right, because they're smart, talented, polite.
Yeah.
I mean, wonderful kids.
And it's about spending that time. Once you spend enough time with them, you know what I mean, and nurture them, and don't just treat them like kids, treat them like human beings, and just
do you find that your music you catch yourself making sure that you're not putting anything out there that the kids will I mean, is that a conscious decision?
I think there was a point where it became a conscious decision, because people made it such a big deal, like, you guys are super clean, you guys are super family oriented, so it's like, okay, now I have a responsibility to stay this way, right? To where now I think we're in a place where we're just creating, because once you start editing yourself, then you start stopping yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really freeing your creative energy, and that can stop you from creating songs or creating your greatest work. You know what I mean? So I think now, I'm not gonna get on the mic and just be out of control with it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to start cursing out of control for no reason, but I am going to express myself freely in whatever's on my mind without thinking about who may be listening.
And there's a way to do it. It's it's a tasteful way to where I can say, you know, I can be a little vulgar, but it's passion that's coming across. It's not just for to say fuck.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's not
I wasn't sure if you could say this on this podcast.
That's the beauty of podcasts.
Yeah, you could just